So one of the key concepts and components of Edict is the Edict card itself. The Edict is Earth's demand for solar system resources. Each card has a news headline which dictates the prices that Earth will pay for these resources. So whether that World War III imminent, where prices are sky high, or liquid hydrogen transport crashes in New York, killing 32,000. Wow, that's grim. So it could be that you're returning hydrogen from Saturn at the peak of the market when World War III is imminent, but then when you get there, prices are rock bottom. It's a risk you have to take when playing Edict. So before you make your first move, you have to deploy your orbital platform and extraction rig to the inner system. There are two things you have to take into account for this. The current distribution of resources. So, for example, iron and nuclear are quite beneficial at the start of the game, as they allow you to build up extraction rigs. And then also, the current edict. So currently, with construction boom in Africa, iron, which is under the metal resource category, is worth 4 solar credits. So it's a very attractive resource. So, the UN Solar Assembly are going to go first. And they are going to put their orbital platform on Mars. Mars is a good starting point. It allows you to push out to the outer system quite quickly. Other tactics include honing down on the inner system and building up resources before using the solar labe to push out. Seeing their rival is on Mars, Alizon are going to deploy their orbital platform there as well. Don't want to let their rival get ahead. They then, in reverse order, get to put their extraction rig down, so they're going to jump right onto that iron. Now the UN Solar Assembly get to put down their extraction rig, and you know what, they're going to go down in the water here, which I'll explain later. So, with the deployment made, next to the first turn. So now let's play turn by turn. So first up are the UN Solar Assembly. So on their go, they get to choose one of the 4 departments to use in their mission control, and they're going to go to their resourcing operations. So when you take your go, you go down the available actions. So currently they only have the top actions available because of their low-skilled in-house executive. So these are the mining actions. They only have 1 extraction rig, so they can only use 1 of these actions at the moment, but they're going to mine this water their extraction rig's on. So they get the water resource, and then once that's done, you can go down to your executive's action. This is a deplete action here. This is critical for Edict. This is how you take resources off a planet and send them back to Earth. So deplete, take the resource tile and load it into your cargo vessel, put it into Martian orbit, ready to send back. Just like to point out that there's a financial penalty here, but this is an old copy of the game. This is just a prototype. This penalty isn't in the latest edition. So they've taken their go. Now Alizon, they're going to follow similar pattern. They too are going to go to their resourcing operations, and they're going to use their mining and their subsequent depletions. They're going to mine this metal and deplete it and put it into orbit. We're going to get that metal. That's their go over, and we'll go to the UN Solar Assembly. They're going to go down to their Finance and Commerce Department and spend 1 solar credit to gain 1 of any resource. Spend 1 solar credit to gain a nuclear, which they'll use later for when building a extraction rig. And then they're going to go down here to their executive ability and spend 2 solar credits and 1 water to increase the skill. This is the water they mined last turn. Increase the skill of one of their executives. So they're already investing in their team here. So this is how you start to build up your engine of mission control. So they're going to increase the skill of their head geologist, revealing this new action here, which is to double mine. So they're going to put this token on this central skill ladder, add a +1 token, and now they've got a new action available. Go to Alizon, and they're going to go to their movement. So this is in their solar navigation department. And rather than returning this resource tile back to Earth right now, although iron's very high, they're actually going to start pushing out with their exploration vessel, trying to make moves to the outer system quite quickly. They're also going to move their extraction rig onto this organic methane. It's getting quite busy around Mars. This can often happen because it's an important focal point at the start of the game, but then players might have diverting strategies and go to different areas. It would actually be very good for a colony right now. Colonies generate an income based on the number of vessels in that area at the start of their go. Okay, let's go to the UN Solar Assembly. They are going to go to their solar navigation and take 2 moves. They are going to first move their extraction rig onto this metal iron and then return their cargo vessel to Earth. So they could return this for payment, but water's only worth 2 solar credits at the moment, so they're actually going to play to their strengths. The UN Solar Assembly has the ability scientific method, which means that the first tile they invest in each of the future technologies can go into any of the slots. So what does this mean then? Well, water, in this case, can be put onto the rare earths. Normally, methane would have to match with methane tile contributed. So the UN Solar Assembly, using their ability, are going to put that on there. This also adds 1 to the Edict, which currently has a resource demand of 4. So actually, they don't get anything when they first invest. They could have gained 2 solar credits from the Edict, but they invested instead. So why would they do this? Well, investment is exactly that. It's an investment. Once the future technology is completed, when the tiles have all been contributed, you then get the bonuses. So there's an immediate reward of 2 solar credits per tile contributed, and then also a first place bonus and second place bonus. So for the space elevator, this is increased movement ability right there and then. But also at the end of the game, you get victory points per the number of tiles you've contributed. So actually, if you were able to invest entirely in conscious AI on your own, you would come out with 15 victory points, which would put you in a very close to winning position. But it's quite hard to do that on your own. Normally, when someone starts contributing quite a lot to a future technology, other players want to get in on the action because they're very lucrative. Another point is, though, that if you don't fully contribute to the future technology by the end of the game, you miss out. So there is a risk on your investment. So they've made their movement, their cargo vessel goes back to their pool, and now it goes to Alizon's go. So Alizon are going to go to their resourcing operations. They're going to mine this methane, and they are also going to deplete it and kick it into orbit. Next, the UN Solar Assembly are going to go to their resourcing operations, and they're going to use the new action they've revealed, this double mine. So they're going to double mine this iron over here. So that's 2 metal for them, and this is perfect now. They've got 2 metal and 1 nuclear, which means they probably have enough for an extraction rig. They're going to kick that into orbit as well. It's very busy around Mars. Now we go to Alizon. Alizon are going to go to their movement. They're going to return this organic methane to Earth, and they're going to contribute that to this future technology over here. That's another token for the Edict. They take their cargo vessel back, and with their next movement, they're going to move their exploration vessel to the asteroid belt. They're really pushing out now to the outer system. And now the UN Solar Assembly, they're going to start their movement. This is a good turn for them. They're first going to move this extraction rig onto this uranium, and then move their cargo vessel back to Earth and complete the space elevator future technology. Just put a token on there, and token on there. So now that it's completed, the UN Solar Assembly get 4 solar credits for their 2 tiles contributed. And Alizon get 2. Now, because the UN Solar Assembly contributed the most, they get a double movement. So they're going to move their exploration vessel to Venus to Mercury. So now they're pushing on the inner system. A focus there. This is returned. They also get an extra bonus movement However, they've already moved both of their current pieces on the board, and you can't make double movements, so they're going to lose that. Alizon also get movement. They're going to move their extraction rig to the asteroid belt, onto this iron here, ready for when they have an orbital platform to mine in that sector. That was a good move for the UN Solar Assembly. And I'll go to Alizon, and they are going to go to their research and development. They're going to spend one metal on building an orbital platform. And they're going to add that orbital platform to the asteroid belt, which means they reveal this bonus movement. They're going to spend the bonus movement on returning this extraction rig, this cargo vessel and the resource tile to Earth for payment this time. So they gain 4 solar credits. Alizon have got a lot of money right now. And that also means that they have finished this edict. And the construction boom in Africa is going to be coming to an end. So before the recruitment phase and the new edict is revealed, they get to finish their go. So they are then also going to go to the upgrade action. This takes us to the propulsion tree, where they're going to spend 2 solar credits and 1 organic to increase their propulsion capability. This is a good move as well, because they're ready to make the most of it. So at tier 2, you're able to push beyond the inner system and then enter the outer system. The exploration vessel is well placed for that. So now that concludes their go, we're going to head to the recruitment phase.